Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're here to help you get truly well-informed, cutting through all the noise. Today, based on the material you shared, we're diving into something really fascinating. It's this kind of disconnect, isn't it, where you see like 90% of global execs saying they're getting time back using generative AI, but then lots of smaller firms, maybe like yours, still feel it's, well, maybe too advanced or just out of reach somehow. So today, we really want to try and break through that mental block.
Exactly. And what's really interesting is the source material we're looking at today. It shows some pretty surprising things about how accessible AI actually is, especially for smaller teams. It's kind of a shortcut, really, to getting up to speed on how you can use this stuff, like right now.
Okay, great. So let's jump right into maybe the biggest hurdle I hear about. That assumption that AI costs a fortune. I mean, honestly, when I first saw the data you sent over, the idea of AI being cheap felt a bit off.
Yeah.
What's really changed to make these tools genuinely affordable for, say, a really small operation?
Yeah, it's a really common thought, but honestly, it's mostly a misconception these days. The truth is, most of these AI tools can cost less than, say, your Friday night takeaway. We looked at Layla Seika. She's a solo career coach. Her whole setup, ChatGPT, Fathom, Notion AI, it costs her less than £60 a month.
60 pounds
Yeah.
for all that.
Yep. And the kicker is that small cost frees up, get this, 10 to 15 hours of her time every single week.
10 to 15 hours. Wow.
It's huge. That's what we call a serious time dividend, time you get back to pour into things that actually, make money or move the needle for your business.
Okay, 10 to 15 hours a week for under 60 quid. I mean, that's almost unbelievable. But I can hear listeners thinking, all right, fine for a solo coach, but what about my small team? We've got different stuff going on. Are there complexities maybe she doesn't face? And that kind of leads us straight into the next big worry, doesn't it? The one that really scares people. Is AI just going to automate us all out of a job?
Fair question. And while Layla's example is great for showing the time saving, the real point here isn't just cutting out the boring tasks. It's about letting small teams shift their people, their most valuable asset, right? Shift them away from that low-value, repetitive stuff towards, high-impact work, strategy, client relationships, innovation. That's how you level the playing field against the big guys.
Okay, so reallocating talent.
Exactly. Take Winnie Wu at Formosa Covers, her team. They now spend way more time on actual product strategy. Why? Because AI is handling their ad creatives.
Ah, okay, so the AI makes the ads.
Well, it generates the creatives, yeah.
Yeah.
And these aren't just like placeholder ads. They're delivering results. Clicks are up 22%, and their return on ad spend, ROAS, is up by a massive 35%.
35%.
35%. So see, AI isn't killing jobs. It's killing busy work. It lets the humans do the more important strategic thinking.
Those are really solid numbers. It really does sound like it's augmenting people, not replacing them. But is there a risk? Maybe. Even if it's just handling busy work. Could AI start to make a brand's voice feel a bit generic? Especially with creative things like ad copy. Or did the efficiency just always win out?
That's a really smart question, and that's exactly where the human-in-the-loop idea is so vital. What Winnie's team found, and what lots of small businesses are finding, is AI gives you a fantastic first draft, a starting point. Then your human creatives can jump in, refine it, add that unique brand flavor, but much, much faster. It's about boosting them, not benching them.
Which actually brings us nicely to the third big myth, this idea you need some massive, complex, like moonshot project just to get started with AI.
Right. Exactly that.
Yeah.
Feels like you need this huge R&D budget, maybe years of planning, just to try something small.
Yeah, people imagine needing a whole department for it.
So if you're feeling overwhelmed by just how much AI could potentially do, what's the smart way in? What's the actual first step? It's almost funny, really. The biggest wins often come from the smallest starts. Forget the moonshot.
Yeah.
The key is being really tactical. Just start tiny. Seriously tiny. Pick one single workflow. Just one. And one single metric, a KPI to track. Then pilot it for, say, just 14 days, 2 weeks.
14 days, that's it.
That's it. Look at Winnie's team again. They didn't try to rebuild their whole marketing overnight. They started super simple, swapped out some basic stock photos in their Amazon ads for AI-generated images. That was it. Then they watched the numbers, saw it was working. Then they confidently, doubled down.
Okay, so start small, measure, then build.
Precisely. You can break it down, audit what you do now, pick a tool that fits, run a small pilot, measure the impact, tweak it based on what you learn, automate it if it works, and then think about scaling. It's iterative.
Right. So wrapping this up then, what does all this really mean for you listening right now and for how small businesses might operate in the future? I think the biggest takeaway from this deep dive has got to be that AI. It's not some far-off sci-fi thing. It's not just for the giant corporations. It's here, right now, offering this very real-time dividend for small teams. It's already making a big difference to productivity, to performance.
Absolutely. And that really leaves us with a question for you to think about. Given how actually pretty easily and affordably small teams can use AI, freeing up serious hours, getting gains like that 35% ROAS boost, what does that really mean for business agility, for
Hmm.
competition, and maybe most importantly, what could it mean for you in your own work?